Hi, James. So I just had a quick explanation and a couple of questions. So I'm a Gen Z journalist, and I went out with an attorney recently to confront the governor of California, Gavin Newsom. I was man on the street. We got about 1.1 million views on Twitter, and basically we went up to him and asked him about the gender mutilation surgeries that children are getting at a very young age in California. They're allowed to get it at 13, and then she asked him about some of the bills that are passing. Right now there's two. There's AB 665, which would allow 12-year-old minors to consent to being housed in state residential facilities without parental consent. Then we have another bill that would take a child from a quote-unquote non-affirming parent and give it to an affirming parent in a custody court battle. So basically what they want to do is kidnap children, and I'm trying to expose this operation. So how do we get this video out there more? That's one. And then two, as a result of this video, I was offered a contract to make videos for a lot of money. However, they want to own the rights to all my videos, and maybe you've learned a lesson by being at Project Veritas, and now you're a free bird without being at Project Veritas. So what do you have to say about that? Because I'm kind of weighing my decision right now, and I'm looking at the contract, and I don't like the wording.
How old are you?
18.
18? Wow. Power to you. When did you get started doing this?
Yeah, so I did this starting a couple years ago when I realized that the governor was keeping everything closed because he was getting lobbied.
A couple of years ago, so you started when you were like 16.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, what motivated you? I'm just curious to do that.
Well, yeah, just the governor keeping everything closed down and, you know, being lobbied by a number of groups
most
to do that.
16-year-olds don't take out cameras and confront governors. That would make you a very unique exception. So what about you made you that way? What drove you, not just the governor, but something inside you, took out a camera to do that? I'm just curious.
Right. Well, I said something's not right here, right? Because they're teaching this in schools. I mean, I don't believe that a child is genuinely trans. I think they take these vulnerable children, they exploit them, they brainwash them into thinking that they're trans, then they do the social transition, then they go through with the medical transition. I was focused on a whole range of issues that are affecting, you know, California citizens, but then I narrowed it down to this one because it's very relevant to my generation because we're kind of the ones buying into the lie and being indoctrinated like this.
Well, you're already on your way. I would say your advice for me. I want to ask you for advice.
Thank you.
18-year-old starting at 16. Let me just tell you my story. Maybe that'll help you. Because yes, the world has changed and there's less integrity in media now. So you have to be careful when people own the rights to you. I was removed from the company that I founded, which is a feeling that I can't put into words. I know it's happened before, but it's beyond understanding. It's easy to destroy something, it's hard to build something. What I would say to you is when I was your age, when I was 18, I started a newspaper in college, and I did layout and design work, and I did it all myself. And I think as a journalist, you really have to be independent. And it's very important that nobody influences or tells you what to do or what not to do. You have to operate from a position without fear, but also without favor. Impartial. In other words, follow the facts where they lead you, and don't operate from a position of fear. And if you can do those two things, you're going to be okay. And if someone gets in your way of doing those two things, then don't do that. Of course, it's very difficult to work for somebody else and do those two things because of the influence of advertising money. For example, like, I don't know what the numbers are, 70-80% of money from pharmaceutical companies. Brought to you by Pfizer, brought to you by Pfizer, brought to you. Can you imagine if I put that stuff in my videos? Like, no one would take me seriously. Brought to you by Pfizer. We grow up watching these advertisers and we just think that's normal. It's not normal. Not in this world it isn't. So I would encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, I'm very inspired to hear your story. So keep going and don't let anybody stop you.
Yeah, final couple words. I just want to say I don't want to poison the well. I don't want to, corrupt the information, ruin the truth. I just want to be myself, do what I'm doing. By the way, good to meet you. Forgot to tell you my name. I'm Max Bonilla.
Max?
Max, yeah.
Yeah, my colleague in let's talk afterwards.